This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula, and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing.
Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to today's session. If it is your first time of joining us, let us know. And if you're already in, kindly remember to help us share so that we can reach out to as many persons as possible. Please share, turn on the notification button, and let's enjoy tonight together. Tonight's session promises to be great. Yeah. I'll be back shortly.
This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifioluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section.
Good evening, everyone. Uh, Sorry we are a little bit behind schedule. I had to watch Nigeria Rwanda match, and you know when you are watching Nigeria match, your BP will not be stable. That's it. Well, yeah, but thank God we won Nigeria. Apologies to all our friends that are not Nigerians, but Nigeria won tonight, and we are hoping that the remaining matches will be able to win them so that as to qualify for World Cup. In the meantime, I would like to know if you can hear me so that we can get started on time. So please put it up on the chat box and let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me so that we can get to start immediately. And please don't also forget that as you are joining, always remember to also put in your information so that we can be sure that you are with us. Put in your information so that we can be sure that you are with us. Are we still live? Okay, thank you very much. It's looking like I may have a few issues tonight. Just hoping that it won't be a serious challenge, as you some of you can notice some few stuff there from the screen. So I may be forced. Thank you very much. I may be forced to restart. Okay, good. I think we are back. I think we are good now. So I think we are good. We can continue. Please, if you can hear me at this point, let me know. Looks like we have everything in check now. Let me be sure you are with us. We have just 14 people online, and I would not like to start until we have about 20 people. Please, can you please assist us by sharing the link of the training so that we can be so sure that a few people are joining us already. We put in a lot of energy into this, and one of our motivation is reaching the right people at the right time. So tonight we'll be looking at from the training brochure I sent to us earlier. Yeah, you will notice that we only have ANOVA correlation and regression. But research has shown that over the years, quite a number of people get to work with chi-square, and a lot of people don't even understand that there are a lot of concepts that guide chi-square analysis. So tonight I'm going to be starting from chi-square analysis, then I will take it to ANOVA correlation and regression. And to make it easier tonight, because quite a number of people were busy asking me that is there a way they can have access to data. So today we'll be working on data. I will find a way. I'm looking for a way to get you the data set we'll be using tonight, so that all of us can really enjoy the session. So I'm going to be sending in a few data sets into our forum. That's our WhatsApp forum. We start with chi-square. Then, oh no, okay, let me go this way. Document. So we'll start with okay, so we start with so we start with chi-square, then we'll go to ANOVA, we'll go to correlation, we'll go to regression. So we'll handle these four data sets for the purpose of this class, so that you can also practice alongside with us. All right, so that's the idea. I already put the data set on our general WhatsApp group. That's the Statistics Graduate Clinic community. Good news, good news, good news. Starting on this month, every month on Statistics Graduate Clinic, we will be having webinar surrounding technology, data science, data analysis, and the like. And for this month, based on popular demand from our last week class, we'll be looking at hypothesis testing, and we will also practicalize it using R Studio. So that will be on the 28th of September of this month. So our webinar will always be the last Sunday of every month. To be the last Sunday of every month, that's when we'll be having our monthly webinar. If you want to be part of it, you can just join the WhatsApp group. That's the link for the WhatsApp group here. You can just join the link so that you can be part of our monthly webinar. Things surrounding data analysis, data science, artificial intelligence, deep learning, what have you. That's where we'll be talking around. Sometimes we will even talk about investment. Our interest is to make people self-reliance, whether you have a job or not. All the skills I'm currently teaching, they are skills that are meant to help you start what we call remote job, whereby you assist people on your own. So if we already have that, so that's the flyer. We'll roll that one out much more later. Good evening, everyone. Please, I would like to know, as we speak, we have 14 people online anyway, but I would like to know, do we have people here who have one question or the other from our last class? Before I go ahead, I would like to listen to us. Before I go ahead, if you have a part you'd like me to look into again, please kindly let me know before we go ahead for this evening. Yes, I really want to welcome. I want to welcome questions before we dive in. We don't have much to do tonight, so don't be scared. You know, I've actually honored our time. We are not going to stretch beyond the 2 hours, and if we are able to finish on time, that means we are good to go. So I don't know if we have anybody with question from last week, or if you have something you would like me to look into. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that. Please, I would need response so that I can be sure that I'm carrying us along. Nigerian network and their issues. So I don't want to just waste your time and not be sure that you are hearing me. Okay, T-test and the cluster bar. Okay. Adedayo Folorunshọ would like us to look at T-test and cluster bar. Okay. That's good. We'll look at cluster bar. Okay. That's fine. Although we had something like that already, but we'll look into that. Any other one? So I found out that a lot of people don't, even up till now, don't really understand how to beautify their chart. Fine, you are generating results, but those results are not yet showing commitment to making your results professional. So I would like you to go back after this training, take your time, learn how to maneuver around your chart. Is the most important part of the thing, because that's what you will communicate to industry people who do not have background understanding of all the nitty-gritty of data analysis. So when what you are now presenting to them is not attractive enough, no matter the value that comes with it, they may not really be interested. I found out that quite a number of us are not paying attention to our charts. Number two, okay, number two, I equally found out that so many of us, we have not built competence in cleaning our result before turning them to PDF. You are not supposed to send your result to PDF from SPSS. You are meant to send it to Word document. Then you will open the Word document and clean the output. So when you are done cleaning the output, you cannot convert it to PDF before sending out. But if you convert straight, if you export it to PDF, at the end of the day, you will not be able to edit it by removing some unnecessary information. So sometimes it's not direct. Just looking at your result at the end of the day, it's not even straightforward in most cases. So I would suggest that we should pay attention today, because I'm going to try to complete everything so that all of us can benefit from it. Okay, we have 16 people online now, and could you do me a favor of sharing it so that we can have enough people to join us? However, we'll get started. So today we are going to firstly look at the concept of chi-square. See, chi-square are in two. We have chi-square of goodness of fit, and we have chi-square of independence. In most cases in the industry or in research, what people get to use mostly is chi-square of independence. That is trying to test whether a particular categorical variable has association with another categorical variable. Now, I need you to get this now. I told you I'm going to be explaining concept, so I need you to understand now. Let me give you an instance. If you have a numerical information, for instance, age, and that age is not categorized, you have it like continuous metric. We have done some of these things earlier, like you have 34, 38. You now want to check whether there is an association between that age and amount spent, like 84,000, 95,000. You can't use chi-square, because chi-square come into place when your data set is categorical in nature. The moment your data set is not categorical in nature, you cannot deal with chi-square. I don't know if we got that part right. If your data set is not and you know what we meant by categorical, male or female, high, low, medium, all those stuffs, that's categorical. So you need two variables that are both categorical in nature to be able to use chi-square of independence. Chi, some people pronounce it as chi, chi square. That's when you use chi-square. And how do we conduct the analysis now? I'm going to import my data as usual. I have the data here. So working with this, so I'm going to bring in my data here now. As usual, we all know this one is no longer the challenge. Some people had issues with their data sets during the assignment, probably how they downloaded it. Be sure you downloaded the right data. Be sure the data is not how do I put it now? It's not shortcut. Be sure the data is well detailed. Now follow me here. You will notice that what we have here, I told you that what you pay attention to first is variable view. So that you can know the concept of a data set. You have what we call gender and you have what we call preferred tool. Just like the case of our own form that we attempted to analyze during the first class, whereby we have a full data set. I'm going to send that data at the end of the training. Our form, remove the names and the email address of people so that it can be dummy data for you. So that some of us can even attempt to clean it clearly and advise us. That's what we are going to do. That will be our project. It will be around our project. The data sets we received, you will clean it, make it meaningful, and bring out meaning from it. So whatsoever meaning you are bringing from it, we'll sit down as a board and we'll make decisions from it. It's so good like that. We are test running something. But in this case, what we have here, they are all string. And you see that it's coming as nominal, and it has to be nominal because it's not ordinal. Ordinal is when the hierarchy matters. So now can I go ahead? Somebody is thinking I won't be able to go ahead because they are string. No, I can go ahead. Let's check something. Let's check descriptive and frequency. Now putting the two together and bringing them in. um so you see we have 220 observation. I'm going to handle that T test and cluster bar chart. Don't worry, I'm going to handle it later anyway. But let's face today's work straight. So we have female to be 120, male to be 100, Excel to be 66, none to be 28, R to be 32, and SPSS to be 94. What are we now trying to find out here? We are trying to check whether the tool people preferred has anything to do with their gender. Do you understand now? You are trying to check, does does it have an association with preferred tool? That is, if you want to check those age, that's age group, age bracket now. Does it have association with with student performance? You know, some people or the course of choice, maybe the course students are choosing, does it have association with it? So this is the concept now. So if I want to do that, I will come to analyze. Now I don't have anything to edit here because my data comes complete, and what we are dealing with is categorical. So I can go ahead, I'll come to descriptive. I'm still describing, and I will come to cross tabs. Please pay attention here. I will come to cross tab and I will click cross tab. Now I will take gender to be on the right side on the row and prefer to be on column. Either way, it's just the way you want the data come arranged. So prefer to can even be on your row and gender can be on your column. It does not change anything. So now you come to exact, this one is already fine. But if you want to deal with the number of size, since it's not up to 10,000, you can go for Monte Carlo process. Then you deal with 95%. Then you use n. What's our own n here? Our n is 220, sorry. But it's not a must. You can just go straight with asymptotic only. So you can go straight with asymptotic only. So you click on statistics, then you pick chi-square, because what you are dealing with here, you are trying to check whether there is an association between gender and preferred tool. Okay, so now when you click cell, so for some of us that have come across chi-square before now, we will know what do we call it? We know that in chi-square the formula is O minus E all square over E. O means observed, E means expected, then everything square. Summation O minus E all square over E square. It should be over E square. So I can decide to have expected and observed. I can decide to have percentage, colon, all those stuff. But for me, I think I'm okay with observe and expected. So if you calculate this thing by hand, you will still have the same thing. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to show you something this evening. Please pay attention here. So just say, okay, let's display cluster bar chart. For someone asking about bar chart the other time, is even coming here straight up. So just click OK and you have your results here. Now, okay, it's processing now. So look at the results. For female, the count was 30 actually. If you see female 66. I mean, we have already female 120. So let's see how that 120 got distributed. 30 went for Excel, 20 for none, 11 for R, 59 for SPSS. That's for female. But for male, look at it. For me, we have 21 under R. So you can now see how it is being distributed actually by using cross tabulate. Let me be sure you are with me, please. This place has been quiet, so I'm not sure people are with me. Okay, so now look at the result here. This is what you use to make your decision. And this is where I want to pay attention. There is a rule of thumb that you have to understand. That rule of thumb is here. This asymptotic significance, whether it is t-test, it is ANOVA, it is anything, you will always have this asymptotic significance. That's what we call p-value. P-value. I won't believe everybody here, one way or the other, must have done statistics and maybe biostatistics at one point or the other. Some of these things you have been taught. Now you are practicalizing it. So the moment you have it as 0.0, that is less than 0.05, the moment, because you know we are testing at 95% confidence interval, the moment you have it at 0.05, 0.01 or 0.01, those are the three levels. We have 99, we have 95, then we have 90. So in this context, it is significant. And what do we mean by it is significant? It means that gender has an association with preferred course. Preferred to, sorry. Gender has an association, that is, once gender has a long way to go with the software one will be interested in. Now look at that. Even if you look at it carefully, look at the female here. 59 of them, that's 51% of them went straight for SPSS, probably because SPSS is less how do I put it now? How do we put it now? Because SPSS is drag and drop. So that is the agenda. That's what this thing is now finding out now. That gender has a lot to do with your choice, the preferred tool. And you know, nowadays anyway, we have most of our female gender going more into programming. But what we in trying to find out whether female gender, whether gender, sorry, has anything to do with the choice of preferred tool, then we have confirmed that that's how it is. Now, someone will say to me that no, usually my own chi-square data doesn't come like this. It doesn't come like a questionnaire like this. It comes like a full data set. I don't know if someone can relate with that. That chi-square that you have male, female, or maybe you have even 6 by 5. I remember those days when I used to have, okay, let me see if I can get 241. Let me see if I can get one of my questions here. Let me see if I can get one of them. Then we can use it to solve it. Oh, very good. This is a perfect example. Look at this. This is ANOVA. Now let's solve this problem using SPSS. I think this will be very good for us to understand chi-square. Now look at what they are trying to do. The Nigerian Census Commission collects data on monthly rent of newly completed apartments and publishes the results in current housing reports. Independent random samples of the monthly rent for freshly completed apartments in the 6 Nigerian regions yielded the following data. Now test whether there is a significant difference in the cost of okay, this is ANOVA, sorry. This is ANOVA, I'm sorry. Okay, this is chi-square. This is chi-square. Now look at this now. The following contingency table shows a random of what? 244 ready to eat vegetable production by state. The expected the expected The expected frequencies are displayed in parentheses at 0.05. Can you continue? Can you conclude that the ready to eat productions are related to state? That is the kind of ready to eat that they are eating, that's cabbage, carrot, cucumber, lettuce, tomato. Does it have association with the state they are coming from? Like the kind of ready to eat vegetable they eat, does it have anything to do with their state? Do you understand this part before we go ahead? Do you understand now? We want to solve this now, because in the actual sense, in real world, this is how your data will most likely come. I mean, for people doing chi-square, this is how your data will most likely come. Let me know if you understand the problem we are trying to resolve here before we go ahead. Babe, 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 máa bọ̀, ó ti clear. Okay, let me know, sir. I don't understand again, especially the chi-square. Now we are getting to, okay, infinity joy. Okay, you understand what we are trying to do. That's perfect. That's very good. Now chi-square, the concept of chi-square, we are dealing with chi-square of independence, is that you have a categorical variable. You have a categorical variable. In the categorical variable, usually you now want to check whether there is an association between two variables. Both of them are categorical in nature. Both of them are categorical in nature. Look at this case now. Ready to eat is a variable. State is a variable. Now, but in trying to measure ready to eat, we have how many categories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 categories. In trying to measure state, we have 6 categories. Look at what we are saying here. What we are saying in essence here is that in Ondo State, there are 12 people went for cabbage. In that same Ondo, 4 people went for carrot. That's the same thing that was repeated as, look at it here. Let me show you something here now that will make you understand now. Look at what we have here. That's the same thing. Females, that this female pick SPSS, this male pick arm, this female pick Excel, this female pick none, this male pick SPSS. Now the data now has been summarized eventually to come like this. When we finally finish the analysis, that's why we now having that. Okay, actually, eventually 30 people that are female, they pick Excel. 36 people that are male pick Excel, giving us a total of 66. That's what we have now. But in the actual sense, in real life, the data set will not come like questionnaire like this, like one dot. It will come like a full data. So I chose in fact, this was a question I set for my students. They had to calculate these things with their calculator manually in classroom. Yeah, exactly. That's about statistics course. So now we now want to use SPSS to analyze it. Do we understand now? Okay, the image is not clear from your end. Adelabu Matthew, it's network, and probably because some of us are live streaming, so sometimes may not be clear. So with time, some of us will see it clearly. So that's the concept now. Okay, let me try to bold it. Maybe that will be better. Let me bold it. Okay. We are trying to deal with the following contingency table. I think it should be better this way. Yes, it should be better this way. Please don't mind my picture covering a few things here. Although we are looking at, does ready to eat vegetable they are eating, does it have association with the state they come from? Some people will say, Ekiti people eat pounded yam a lot, or your people eat, does now what they eat, does it have anything to do with their state? Are you getting what I'm saying? And that's what we want to check. That's the information. So they have given us this data that when they now went to collect survey, 12 people from Ondo went for cabbage, 10 people from Osun went for cabbage, 11 people from Ogun went for cabbage, 18 from Oyo went for cabbage, 5 from Ekiti went for cabbage, and 13 from Lagos went for cabbage. Now the same thing for carrots and so on. Uh, exactly, using laptop is better. That's bitter truth. So for people that okay, like Adedayo, Folorunsho, okay, uh, Adedayo, Folorunsho, are you using laptop and do you understand what we are trying to do? That's the challenge with phone anyway. Sometimes if you use laptop, you know I'm live streaming from laptop, so it must have shrink what you are receiving from your end. Okay, so let me. Can we continue? Let me wait and hear you. Can we continue? We are dealing with chi-square of independence. And when do you use chi-square of independence? When you are trying to check whether there is a relationship, whether there is an association between two categorical variables. Between two categorical variables. Gender is categorical, male or female. Then other variables too can be categorical. For instance, age category, middle age, low age can be categorical. So that's the concept of. I'm waiting for us. Okay. Okay, good. Good. All right. So we can continue now. So I have a data set like this and I want to analyze it using SPSS. Now, because this is how your data will most likely come in real life. So control N, let's deal with it fresh as we used to. Please permit me to minimize a few things so that we can be on the same page together. Okay. Okay. So we have 1 2 3 4 5, then 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I have my SPSS now. I want to analyze this now because and what I want to do is what we call chi-square. I'm going to be teaching something very important here. So please pay attention. So first variable will be what? RTE. Should we go that way? No, let's go first variable to be state. Then the next variable is RTE. Then we will now have the last variable as data. Or you can call it, you don't have to call it data, you can call it count. Anything you like, just call it anything you like. Now, here now, state, we don't have to label state, but this particular state, we will label it as what? Ready to eat, ready to eat vegetable. Ready to eat vegetable. Now, what do we do next? We value them. Just, you see that we are not doing anything special now. Things we have done earlier. So what will be one? One is now Ondo. Two is Osun. Three is Ogun. Four is what? Oyo. Five is Ekiti. Actually, I'm from Ogun State. My wife is from Ekiti. So Ogun had 11, then Ekiti, okay. Then finally we have 6 to be Lagos. So we've done that. We've valued for state. So let's value for RTE. So 1 will be what? Cabbage. Cabbage. Okay. 2 will be carrot. There's something I've not taught that we'll have to teach here. 3 will be cucumber. 4 will be lettuce. 5 will be tomatoes. Now, I know some of us may be finding some things hard here, majorly because of our low understanding of statistics in general. And I promise you, I'll do a lot with explaining some basic statistics stuff in nearest future. Just stay glued with our what's it called now? Stay glued with us in our community. We'll have webinars on a lot of videos will be released on all of these things so that we can explain them the rudiments. I remember Mr. Joseph Omotayo will be happy when we get to Hanover. We'll be very happy when we get to Hanover because I know he's using Hanover. We need Hanover always. He'll be so happy when we get there. Exactly. Thank you very much. Arowolo, you're coming. Maybe some of us are live streaming from a low quality level because we are actually live streaming on a very clear level, and I can see most of those things clearly here from my end. So let's also check that so that we can see a clearer image. Okay. Also, maybe I should also quickly do something. Let me do something to make it easier for some of us. Let me snip this now. Let me try to snip this data set, and I'm going to try to snip this data set and send on our general group so that some of us can see the data set I am working with. And I do hope I'm also pronouncing what I'm even doing. All right, so we have the data set here. That's the data set I'm entering now. That's the data set I'm currently entering. So maybe that will also help some of us. So now okay, tomatoes, and that's fine now. So we have successfully valued it, right? So now please follow me here. What is this thing called in understate? Anybody? What is Ondo called? Ondo was called what? Understate. It was called 1. What was cabbage called under ready to eat? It was called 1. What did they have in common? They have 12 in common. When the state is Ondo and is cabbage, what do they have? They have 12. Do you understand that now? So now you can have, what's the next thing? You can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can repeat this 5 times. I'm not doing sharp work because of my time. I can repeat this 5 times. 6 times 5 is 30. So I can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope I'm in line. Okay, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see that it's complete now. Are you with me? Please permit me to do my sharp. Copy. Then I'll paste it here. I'll come here too. I can even copy everything here. I'll copy everything here. I'll paste it here. Then I'll copy this one. I'll cut it here. I'll paste it here. That's how we do our work, oh, sharp work. But please don't try to do this sharp, oh, so that it won't cause you trouble. Cut it. I'll paste it here. I don't know if I'm communicating this evening. It looks like everywhere is dry. We are teaching cost statistics. People are already frowning. Are you people still with me? Oh, I hope I'm not on my own. Okay, let me check what we have here so I can take out these brothers. Now, so we are good now. So we have this data set here. So now please follow me here. This is the most important part. We will now do what we call, you follow me to data, please follow me here. You now do what we call weight cases. So we are going to weight it by the count. That's the value. You weight it by the count. That's what we will do here. You say okay. So after you have weighted it, then you can go ahead and do your analysis. You can go ahead and do your analysis, descriptive, cross tab. If you didn't weight it, that part will not be captured. So you come to cross tab, then I told you to always learn to reset. So state come here, ready to eat comes here. So I told you to come to exact. It's not compulsory. Let's leave it at this. Excuse me. Statistics. Let's pick chi-square. That now don't let us bother with all those cells. Let's just have our results and see what we'll have here. So that I can see that we now have that result back. So this was what that data would have given you. But because that data came like a questionnaire, that's why You didn't understand. So now look at the data set. Now you see that the earlier data that we worked, you see that this was almost all we got. Now this time around, I didn't ask for expected observed so that you can get the data straight. So we are using observed directly here. Can we transpose? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Goodness is lost. Hello, goodness. Tell me where you got lost. Tell me where you got lost. I'm going to go over it one more time. Tell me where you got lost so I can know where you got lost. Now I'm lost, sir. Too. Oh, Adedayo, Folorunso lost too. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yes. So let me know where you got lost so that I can go over it again. See, now we have our result now, and we can say that the state you come from has an association with the kind of fruit you eat. Probably those fruits are more available or are cheaper in those areas. So the kind of fruit ready to eat vegetable you eat has a long way to go with the state you are based in. For instance, I think I'm aware that watermelon is very cheap in Ikire, very cheap, but not cheap here in Osogbo. So watermelon can be a, you understand? So all those stuff, that's the concept we are looking at here. Oh, okay. See, the copy and paste is not part of the training. It was just my own way to be fast. You will discover your own with time. You can just type it in anyway. So that's not meant to be. I know that may cause trouble anyway, but it was actually, at least let me have that one as my as being ahead of you. But it's not a big deal. I just copy the data set from the Microsoft Word. I pasted it in SPSS. Then I was cutting them and repasting, cutting them and repasting, rather than wasting my time to copy one after the other. That was what I did. So that one has nothing to do with the data analysis we are dealing with. It was just a smart way to be fast. Okay, Olusola Sunday, how I draw which conclusion? Please, when you're asking question, please ask a full question. Let the sentence be very complete so that I'll be able to understand what you're trying to say. So, how did you draw this conclusion? I will talk about that. Then, imputing the data from the questionnaire after labeling variable V. Okay, I think Adedayo, Folorunso, and Good News Iyanu had the same challenge. Yeah, I think they had the same challenge. It's not a big deal anyway. Instead for me to start typing one after the order, I copied everything, pasted it in my Excel. Some of us do those things in Excel. Sorry, in my SPSS. You can do, everything you can do in SPSS, you can do it in Excel. Anything you can do in Excel, you can do it in SPSS. So it's not a big deal anyway. So look at it now. We can use this chart now. You can label this chart and make this chart much more beautiful. So now how did I make the conclusion? I told you earlier, please. Aha, thank you very much for the person that asked that question. You asked a very powerful question. I'm very wrong. Oh. I didn't check that result properly. Who asked me that question earlier? How did you draw the conclusion? Olusola Sunday, thank you for bringing my attention to this. I did not even check this asymptotic part. If you look at this asymptotic part, you see that it is 0.588. That means where you are has nothing to do with it. So you will reject H naught here. So there is no association between state and ready to eat vegetable. That's what we have here. There is no association between them. I don't know if that is clear enough for us to understand. There is no association between them because what we have here is greater than 0.05. So there is no association. So for those of us that normally make use of manual table, if we go and check the manual table for chi-square, degree of freedom 20, at 95% confidence interval, if we go and check it now, we will see that the tab will be greater than the cal. I'm sure the tab will be greater than the cal. Let me even check here. Maybe we can be lucky. Chi square table 0.05. We were dealing with 0.05, right? I just want us to so that we can confirm. So those things we are even checking, we are using p-value for. You can actually use. I really didn't want to start downloading things now. Why are you doing this to me? I just want to see the table. Okay, good. I think it's here. Now under 20, look at 20 here. 0.05 is here. Look at it here. It's perfect now. So it is even the chi-square tab is 31.41. You see it? 31.41. And the rule says reject H naught if your cal is greater than your tab. But in this case, our cal is not greater than our tab. So we will not reject H naught. We will accept H naught by saying that uh, chi-square, ready to heat and state does not have association. So our H naught would have been ready to heat and state does not have association, where our H1 would have been ready to heat and state has association. So I don't know if you understand what I explained there. I could not go along again the moment you tried to input the RTE with the state. Okay, do a sample. Okay. Let me go over that practical one more time. Let me go over it one more time. Let me go over it one more time. Let's go over it one more time. Control N. This is a new page. I told you in this case you come here. Let's go over it one more time. Please pay attention here now. So we have it like this. So we come to variable view. So we call the first one Ocean. We call it states. That state, it doesn't require label, so we'll value it and say 1 is equal to what? Ondo. 1 is Ondo. 2 is Osun. 3 is Ogun. 4 is Oyo. 5 is Ekiti. 6 is Lagos. So we are done with state. So what do we have next? Ready to eat vegetable. So ready to eat vegetables. So we come here, we label that one as ready to eat vegetable. Ready to eat vegetable. So we'll label that one to, we'll value that one to 1 to be what? Cabbage. 2 to be carrot. To be carrot. 3 to be cucumber. 4 to be lettuce, and 5 to be tomatoes. Now, for emphasis sake, so that we can understand, let's see what they ask us to do. Test whether ready to eat the expected values. Okay, I'm coming. I want to check what they ask us to find here. What we are trying to. Can you conclude that RT production are related to state? That's what we are trying to find. Now we can conclude that they are not related to state. They are not related to state. They don't have association. They don't have association. So now we can now have something we call count. You can use data, you can use anything. This one does not matter. It doesn't matter. So now when you are done with this, you can now come here. So please follow me here. So I want to, in my own case, I want to firstly bring in all of this, then bring in all of this, bring in all of this, bring in all of this. You can go anyway. You can follow any route. Okay, let me deliberately here now follow this way. So when Ondo was 1 and cabbage was 1, then I have 12. When Ondo was 1 and cabbage was 2, then I have 4. Are we now getting it? 1, 3, I have 8. 1, 4. So this is one of the reasons I had to go for copying and pasting. 4. I have 9. I was trying to manage my time. Then 1, 5. I have 11. Do you understand now? So I want to go to the next one now, which is Osun. Osun is 2. So I can have 2, 2, 2, 2. 1. Okay, that's 5 twos. So 2, 1, So this will now be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we understand what we are trying to do now? So it's just to be fast with what we are trying to do. So when it was 2, 1, we had what? 10. When it was 2, 2, that's Osun and Carrot, we had 3. When it was 2, 2, 3, we had 8. Then we had 9. Then we had, no, 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 I'm saying nonsense already. We are under 2. So we had 10, 3, 7. You see why I copied? I didn't want to make that mistake. I'm talking, so I make mistake. That's why I had to go that way. So we have 11. We had 3, 12, 5, 8. Now, if you understand what I'm doing up to this stage, let me know. Let me hold on. 20, that's the concept of degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is actually n minus k. That's degree of freedom. So everything is 30. Are you get what I'm trying to say? So what's our k here? Sorry, degree of freedom is r minus 1 into bracket c minus 1. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Then 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 times 4 20. That's how you get the degree of freedom. That's the degree of freedom. That's 20. That's how you got that 20 there. Adebayo Folorunso. That's the degree of freedom. Okay. Do you understand the placement now? I'm waiting. I want to see our response so that I can continue, please. So let me try and continue this one. So this is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. All right. So we can continue now. We can continue. So that's how we'll complete it. So I really didn't want to waste my time the other time, but I will have to walk that way. So we now have 18. We have 6. We have 9. We have 8. We have 14. Then we now have Ekiti people. 5, 1, 13, 9, 4. Then finally we have 13, 5, 8, 9, 6. I hope Iyanu can now get what we are trying to do now. Goodness, if you are still online, please let me know if you now understand what we are doing. Okay, I didn't teach goodness chi-square when she was in school. Yeah, we did not do that. Yeah, please let me know, goodness, if you can, if you now understand where I am. So now look at this variable in this case now. Look at this variable, it's not needed, so I can right click on it and cut it. So it will not disturb us. All right. Goodness, are you still online? I want to be sure you are getting what we are doing. We already spent 1 hour on one, no, and we have a lot of them to do. But the moment you understand this concept, you are good to go. The moment you understand this concept, you are good to go. Yes. Okay. Is that fine? Can we continue? So now I want to analyze now. I have to later complete analyze descriptive cross tab. Analyze descriptive cross tab. Trying to look for chi-square. Now this time around, I may even bring my state here. I can put it any way I like. It's not compulsory. Oh, I can't go ahead. Why? I must firstly weigh it. So I'll come to data first, then I'll weight. Weight by what? I want to weight it by count. Please don't miss this part. If you didn't weight it, the analysis you do will be very wrong. Oh. You have to weight the data first. That's what we are saying, that what you are trying to tell it is that CO for this state and ready to eat, they have a weight. They occur like 12 times. You understand together. That's what we are trying to say. 1 and 2 occurred 4 times together. That's what we are trying to say. You understand now? All right. So we can now go to analyze descriptive cross tab. Then I can reset now. I bring my state here. I bring my ready to eat here. I told you I'll pick no, I don't need to stress myself here. Now I'll come to statistics. I'll pick chi-square because that's what I want to do. I don't want to have too many results, so I don't normally come here because it will only frustrate your work. So I'll just pick this one now. Please pay attention. The most important thing here is your chi-square here under statistics. That's the only thing. Then you click on cluster bar chart so that you can have a bar chart that is explaining your work. I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy now. I feel like a good teacher. So goodness now understand what we are teaching. I'm happy that people are really following. Yeah, it's okay. So let's have the result. Now let me explain the result. I think we have to explain the result now. When you are dealing with statistical analysis, when I say statistical analysis, I'm talking about the hypothesis part, be it t-test, z-test. So many of us didn't understand the t-test we did last week. We had results, we asked AI to discuss for us. That was what I found out. So, and I want you to understand how to interpret results yourself. I can tell you I use AI to do a lot of things. I can tell you that it's not a big deal to use AI, but don't use AI for what you don't know because AI can mislead you. I'm going to say that again. Don't use AI for what you don't know. What when I say you don't know, what you don't have a grasp of, to say, oh, this thing is not supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like this. So because so many people's results, by the time I saw their executive summary, it's obvious from what they sent in. One can see that is and some of them are even talking outside the line of what they presented with their data sets. Because sometimes it may not be able to read everything, sometimes it mix up a lot of things. No, no, yes, in this case you will weigh. In this case, you will weigh in because what you are trying to do, somebody is asking that we have not been weighing all the things we are doing. Yes, we don't weigh in those cases, but this particular case requires weighing. What are you trying to weigh? Ondo and cabbage occur 12 times. Then you have one and one representing Ondo and cabbage. How many times does that thing occur? 12 times. That's why you are weighing that 12. You understand? How many times does Oshun and carrot occur? 3 times. You are weighing it to be 3. That's why you put count or data. Do you understand now? I was talking on data analysis, the discussion, the interpretation of your results. So here only return your data back to you. This would have been the way you would have been given the data. For those of us that normally, if you want to use and you want to use that formula, you remember summation. So you have your O minus E first, then you have your O minus E all square, then you have O minus E all square over E square. You understand now? Sorry, over E. O minus E all square over E. So you have that one. Then when you have everything, you sum it together. So this is how it works. And how do you find your expected? How do you find your expected? It will be now if I want to find expected here manually. So I will have the total. This is 69 abi. This is 44. That will be 44 multiplied by 69 divided by 2244. If you do it by hand, you will get the same expected. Now let's assume that I want to have an expected report. I would have put it here under cross tab. I will come to cell and I will add expected. So it will generate expected for me. So if you do it with your hand, you see that we now have expected 12.4. If you use your hand to calculate it, you will have the same expected here that you're supposed to remove. Now, in making your decision, this is what you need. This is the last part. Pearson chi-square. Can you see this Pearson chi-square? So we have it as 17.992. But this value, for you to affirm or conclude, what you are supposed to do is to look for statistical table. But in most cases, you may not need to bother statistical table. That's why we always use the asymptotic significance. We normally use asymptotic significance. And I told you, the moment what is here is less than 0.05, then you say that it is significant. If it is greater than, that means it's not significant. So there is no significant association, there is no significant relationship between ready to eat vegetables and state. That is, the state they come from has no significant relationship with RTE productions. They are not related. So the state you are coming from has nothing to do with the production of ready to eat vegetables. I don't know if that is understandable. If you understand that part, let me know so that we can go on to the next one, which is ANOVA. If you understand that part, let me know so that we can go on to the next one, which is ANOVA. Let me wait for us while we make that decision. Chi-square is not even supposed to be part of the work for today. But here we are now. We have spent 1 hour on chi-square alone. So let me know so that we can go on to ANOVA, one way ANOVA.
Thank you, Mommy Oluwaseun Odumosu. Thank you for joining. I'm happy that you joined today. All right. Okay, so we can now go straight to ANOVA now. ANOVA is what a biological scientist, a lot anybody that is in agricultural research, we call it experimental design, normally get to use every time. For those people that are in biomedical sciences, when they conduct, after they have conducted their experiment in the laboratory, what do they come out to do eventually? They now say that they want to conduct ANOVA. So now let's say we have this work now as our ANOVA. I've told you what to always do. You have it like this. Okay, so we have numeric, then we have string. You just come here straight. It's not difficult to do. You firstly measure so as to check whether your data is straight. This is what I want to check. So we have three variables. Now, how does ANOVA comes in? Take test, check whether there's a difference between two variables. The moment the variables goes beyond two, three and above, we can no longer conduct the test again because we have variance. So that's what brings in analysis of variance. The moment your variables, you are trying to check whether there's a difference among them, the moment you're trying to check it and it's more than two, then what do you use? You use ANOVA. Now look at this part now. We have how many variables under this place now? We have blended, we have online, we have traditional. Blended, online, traditional. We are trying to check whether there is a difference between these three, whether there's a difference between them. Since it already comes as categorical, we don't need to stress ourselves again. You just come to analyze. Please follow me here. Descriptive, sorry. Analyze, compare means. Please check this part. Analyze, compare means. Analyze, compare means. Then you come to one way, ANOVA. Analyze, compare means one way, ANOVA. Analyze, compare means one way, ANOVA. Then, you see the problem now? It's not seeing my factor. So what do we do? Anybody, how will you be able to show my factor here? Anybody wanting to help me? Anybody know what we are supposed to do here? Now, I've always been telling you that you can't conduct analysis. We have 21 people online. Only 5 people have liked this video, this live session. What's going on? Let's like the session now. Let's like it. Let's share it, please. Can you do that for me in a moment? Please like and share. We have just 5 as we speak. We have just 5 people that have taken their time to like what we are doing. 62 people have walked in and out. 62 people have walked in and out. Unfortunately, only 5 people have taken the pain to like our content. Please help us like now and share, please, so that we can have enough engagement. Okay, I did a reset. No, no, we are not resetting. Aha! 5 people have liked, waiting for others. Like, kindly like this video, please. 5 people have joined. We have got a good number of people online already. Thank you for those of you that are liking. Please, we can do better. We can do better. So to continue, so what you're supposed to do here is that since this one is string, you will transform it to become numeric. Excuse me.
You will transform it to be what? To be numeric. So transform. No, I can't do that now. It will cause me trouble. Good. So I'll say transform, recode into same variable. And what am I recording? I'm recording method. Method. So I have what we call blended. I have blended, and I recode blended to be 1. I have online. I recode that one to be 2. I have traditional. Then I recode that one to be 3. Okay, good. So we say okay. Say good. Now let's check what we have. Now what do? We change this string, we change it to numeric. Now the moment we've done this, we'll come back here to value. So what is 1? 1 is blended. Blended. What is 2? Online. What is 3? What is 3? Traditional, sorry. Traditional. You know what we are trying to check is whether there is whether there is a significant difference between the method of learning. Whether people that like traditional blended online, whether there is a significant difference between their hours. That's what we are just trying to check in this case. So if you come back here to analyze, compare means, one way and over. See that is now 2. Do you not see what we are talking about here now? That's what we are talking about here. So now will be method will come here. That's the categorical part. Then the post test will come here. Let me do that again. Method, which is the categorical concept, will come here. Then post will come here. We are not weighing here. We are not weighing here. So there's no weight here. Is that clear? Now there's something called post awk. There's something called post awk. I would really use Duncan here. For those of us that understand the concept of post awk, I'm going to explain later. Okay, let me explain now. Post awk is, okay, let's say you have 3 variables in this case now. If you conclude that there's a difference between the 3 variables at the end of the day, you know what we call postmortem, and we want to now go further and check. I have A, B, C, and I say, oh, the 3 of them are not the same. When I said that, what comes to your mind is that they are all different, but it's possible they are not all different. You know, it's possible that A and B are the same, but it's only C that is different. But since we are looking at the 3 of them together, we'll say there is a difference between the 3 of them. But we will now want to check which one is different from which one. That's what that normally leads us to what we call post hoc test. And we have quite a number of them. Mr. I saw him earlier. What's his name again? Oh, I saw him earlier. Mr. Let me try if I can get his name. Mr. Botayo will remember now. That was what he did during his research. So you are not trying to check, oh, which one is different, which one is not different. So let me pick John Camp for the purpose. So that's the concept of post hoc. So you say okay. Now let's check the results here. You see what I said now. So that means there's a significant difference between the three factors: online, traditional, and online, traditional, and what's the last one? Blended. Blended is both of them. Now, but look at this post hoc here. With this post hoc now, we see that there is no difference between traditional and online. It's only blended that is different from them. So a lot of people prefer the two, the traditional and the online together. So if you are checking them, so that what you understand now the concept of the, yeah, we say there's a difference. But when we now conduct post doc, we now find post hoc, sorry, we now found out that it's actually blended that is behaving differently. There is no difference between the behavior of traditional and online. So if I conduct a test for traditional and online, it will say there is no difference. But now since I'm conducting the 3 of them together, I say there is a difference. I now have to go ahead and have what we call post hoc to know where the difference lies. And I found out that the difference is lying that there's no difference between traditional and online, but blended is now totally different from both of them. How did I know? You see, they are in the same group. That's because that's the means for groups in harmonic subsets are displayed. So since they are in the same group, they are the same, they are in the same family. But this one that is standing alone is standing all by itself. Please let me know if you understand where I am now before we go ahead. Let me know if you understand so that we can move on This is ANOVA. You see, we will do regression and correlation together, their family and friends. We'll use one data to do both of them. Yeah, that is why we use the word significant. So it's not about that figure. If you see what you are seeing here is now mean, this thing you are seeing is means, difference of means. This thing you are seeing here is their mean. So it's not by the numbers you are seeing. This is where so many people make mistakes. This is where when you just look at the table, you are trying to explain. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like look at this thing now. 62, 65, 70. That has forced 62 and 65 to be in the same bracket. If I have 100, 120, and I have 10,000, 11,000, that means 100 and 120 are in the same camp. Do you understand me, that Mr. Dedayo? That's what we call ANOVA, experimental design. It uses difference of means. It doesn't look at the figures. It just look at the pattern. There is no difference in this pattern, the way they are working. That's how it works, sir. Please come again on the interpretation, sir. Okay. Let me see other people's question. When you are interpreting ANOVA table, you come to, you either use F or you use the significance that I was explaining the other time. So the significance is less than 0.05 as usual, that I told you. That means there is a significant difference between them. You see, that was significant is very important here. That's why when you are setting hypothesis, you need to learn to add that word significance. In the actual sense, what you are saying, Adedayo, Folorunsho, what you are saying, there's a difference, but that difference is not significant. Statistically significant. That's the concept. It's not about the number. 2 and 1 can be the same. They can be different depending on what is in the margin. Like let's say we have 2, we have 1.1, 1.2, 1.1, 1.11, 1.3, then you now have 1.5, 1.52. So that has separated them. If you have in a row, you have 1, 2, 12, 24. You understand now? You have created the boundary. Do you get the concept now, Mr. Formula Mrs. Abolade Fumilayo? This name is even looking so much alike. Adedayo Folorunsho and Abolade Fumilayo. So that's the concept. So now, when you conduct ANOVA help you to check in general whether there is a difference. That's what ANOVA will do for you. It will help you check in general whether there is a difference overall. But what is it called? Post hoc test will help you to now check in depth where the difference is occurring. The significance of 0.01 is for no. This significance, no, it's for all of them put together. That is putting the three of them together. Is there a difference? Yes. I'm responding to Tolu Baba Michelle. Sir, the significance of 0.01. I've not seen this name since we've been doing this training. No. Is it your first time, Baba Michelle? I'm not saying this name. So the significance level is overall difference. That is putting all of them together. Is there a difference? I'm going to look for another real life case matter and resolve so that you can understand when the data comes, because the way the data would come in real life is not that way you see it in SPSS. So let's see. This is how the data would have come. Look at this data set. Let me reduce this now. Please, you just bear with us now. Look at this case now. So let's use this one as a case study now. Let's use this one as a case study. Another, maybe by the time. Oh, you are welcome, Toba Bamishe. I hope you are having value for your data. I hope you are having value for your data. Yes, you can still follow up with other ones we've done that they are on live and watch them. If you are able to finish your assignment before 28th of this month, you will be entitled to the certificate. You can also submit your assignment after this class. Okay, let me attempt to drop my WhatsApp number so that you can reach out to me. Okay, so that you can reach out, so that you can join the WhatsApp group and be able to join our Google Classroom where the training is going on. So what I was trying to say the other time is that significance level you saw is actually for the entire work. Let's check another one. Look at this case study. Let's look at it together, guys. Can we go ahead? Please let me know if you are still with us. Let me know if you are with us so that we can go ahead, look for another case study. In fact, if we can finish everything in today, yeah, we'll finish up. We'll finish up. Let me see if others are with us. Abolade, you're asking for attendance. I will mention attendance now. And some of you want to run out. We have 24 people here. I already have the attendance concept in my mind. Yes. So I will not call attendance now. I'll call it much more later. Okay. I'm waiting for others, please. I'm waiting for others. I want to be sure we are together. Goodness, Mommy Odumosu. Are we together? Are we learning something tonight? All right. Akpata Mayowa is one of us. Is a member of the team. So he's been very, very active on this training. Um, uh, Mr. Matthew, goodness, are you there? I just want to be sure I still have our people in. I've not seen Adeyanju Ikeoluwa talk lately. Okay, Yusuf Abdullah. Okay, thank you. Abdul Bakir, is that the name? All right. Orishola Sunday, thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to be sure I have people joining us so that I will not just be going. So let's look at another real life matter to explain this. The Nigerian Census Commission collects data monthly rent of newly completed apartments and publishes the results in current housing report. Independent random samples of the monthly rents for the freshly completed apartment in the six Nigeria region yielded the following data in naira. So test whether there is a difference in the cost of completing houses across the, it's not four, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 across the six regions at 0.01. So this is what they ask. So we want to check whether there's a this money now. These things are in millions. These things are in millions. We want to check whether there is a difference in the cost of completing a house project across these six regions. Does that make sense now? So now let's do it now. To do it, I'll just come here as usual. What do I have first? I will have region. No, no, no. Don't let me have region. Let me have region. Sorry. Region. Then I can have what I call data. Yes. So value, let's value. We have to value region. That's the most important thing. So one here is what? North, northeast. Two here is, sorry, is northwest. Three here is southeast. So let me be fair to everybody. I'll change. Then I have four now. Four will be what? Will be southwest. Southwest. So five will be south. Then six will be north central. So I have them like this. So I've captured it. Now look at what I will do. Please follow me here. I'll just come like this. I'll pick all of this. This is one. I'll be copy. Now if you look at this, the concept of ANOVA, it doesn't have to be balanced. So I'll paste this one here. So I've given it 1 1 1 1 1 because all of these people now represent northeast. I'll come to the next one. I'll copy. I'll paste it here. Now I will wait for you. What should be here? What should be the next thing? Anybody? South east. 3 is southeast. 1 2 3. Okay, 3 is southeast. Let me check. Thank you for this. Let me check. Yes, that's what we have there, sir. Southeast is 3. Yeah. So what do we have here? What do we have? What will be here? Based on, thank you very much, Dr. Baba Michelle, 2. So we have 2. I'm happy. That means this training is making sense to us. I'm happy to hear this. So let's come to the next. You see now, so the more you do it, the more you understand this stuff. It doesn't. So some people don't really understand these things. They just thought you just put data anyhow. And if you put data anyhow, you have result too. Just that the result, the result get as it be. Get as it be. Aha. So this will be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Are we making sense? So let's do for brother 5. Brother 5 is here. Brother 5 is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Then we finally have brother 6. This example I'm using is an example given to my students. Now that they will be sweating, that's what we are doing in just 10 minutes or 5 minutes. If I'm doing it alone, I'll do it less than 5 minutes. I promise you that. So that's one of the benefits of system. So we are good to go. What do? We just go straight to analyze. Very simple. We come to compare means. You come to one way ANOVA. You reset. Now region comes to factor. Then the real data comes here. So what do we do now? We come to post hoc. We used Docker the other time. Let's use 2 key this time around. These are the 2 major post hoc I normally use. Yeah, I'm familiar with both of them. So let's do somebody may request for mean media mode. Somebody may say they want mean plot. I'm just so that you can know that we can have as many options we want to have there. So let's say okay. Let's have our result here. Now you see this is the descriptive mean, standard deviation, standard error. So you remember if you are in biological sciences, you remember that when you are checking those post hoc parts, that result, you have something like plus or minus. So the mean comes plus or minus the standard deviation. That's the concept. You now see them write A or B. This is why they normally see that A or B they normally write. See, this is complicated. See, everything is 1. So this 1 will become A. Now let's check the result. From this one I'm saying that means there is no difference between all of them. Let's check what we have here. You see now, look at this point, 0.39. So that means there is no difference in the region. There's no difference in the cost of building a house, whether you're in the south, whether you're in southeast. Other factor may be the determinant, but in this case, state where you are building house from is not a determinant. And you know, some of us may actually argue that, but that's the bitter truth in building a house. So that's based on the data set we have here. We know normally it would have been different because the cost of building in Lagos. But you know, Lagos is now representing southwest. So Ekiti is already part, or Oyo is part. So it has affected that concept. I don't know if somebody get that. Because in south we have low budget place, but we also have high budget place. In what do we call it? Even in the north central. You know, north central has Abuja. So that's what we have in now. No, you don't add it. If you observe what I put there, okay, now let's check something. If you observe what I put in the data, how many ones do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't put anything here now, it's missing. You don't put anything here. Sandra Anya, why are you saying wow? Why are you wowed? Okay, lovely Uday. Please, you people, help me to like. You are not liking. You are not liking. We only have 16 people that like. Maybe you are the people I'm seeing now. Like southeast and south east is the same place. No, do I have to southeast, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, south, and north central? I don't have the same place, sir. I'm referring to Daddy Toke James. Yeah, so they are not the same thing. You will not even capture, you are the one bringing in the data yourself, so you won't capture it. There's no need to capture it since you are the one bringing in the data. Why capture it? Look at the way I capture now. I didn't capture it at all. Since you like something is missing, I'm the one that want to type in the data, and I'm typing it. It doesn't make any sense. Francis Mensah Kwame, this must be from Ghana. Please, the number, just check the number there and reach out to me. There's a way to do that. We have the setup given to everybody following this class. So you can get the setup. That one is not problem. Just join the class. After this class, just reach out to me on WhatsApp. That I think I already dropped my number earlier. Somebody else can also help me drop the number so that Francis can copy the number. Mensa Kwame, are you from Ghana? This name is looking Ghana. It's looking Ghanaian, sorry. All right. Um, Any other question? Do we enjoy this another part? Biological sciences people, this is their most beautiful. They use it every day, every time, here and there. They get to do another. After you are doing in experiments, after you have done this, it's not about the chart alone. What you really need is beyond the chart. You need to be able to analyze and understand what you are doing. Now, I plotted chart the other time. Look at the chart is given to me now. So it's saying there is no difference. It can goes up, come down. No, there's no difference at the end of the day. That's what we have here. There's no difference at all. Because all of them are, look at it, they are already between 3.8 and 3.4, 3.3. Understood? Yeah. Thank you very much. So we can now go to the next one, which is regression and correlation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hope I will have regression and correlation. I don't think I have it in this question anyway after the break, because it's always good to have a real data set that you are entering yourself. I don't think I have that here. Is it? I don't think. This is another chi-square anyway. It's called chi-square goodness of fit. There are two chi-square we have. This one is called chi-square goodness of fit. Maybe one of these days. Okay, during this year, during this month webinar on hypothesis testing, I'm going to handle this. Okay. 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 So now we want to do control N. We want to start regression and correlation now. So now let me use, okay, let's check this Oga correlation. All right, it's time to tell you the attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the attendance. You will screenshot me holding this cup. Water is life. This is the attendance. Screenshot this page now so that I can be sure that you are in the live class. So this is what you will be attaching. Screenshot this page. Just screenshot me holding this cup. I'm posing for the picture. All right, should I smile? Okay, let me smile. Let me undo my cap very well. This is the proof that you attended today's class. If you are just attending to, if you are seeing it later, just screenshot this page and attach ahead. Do we have it good now? Let me be sure you have it good so that we can continue. And that's the attendance for today. I'm not sure people capture me. Oh. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Can you use my iPhone? Let me bring my iPhone. Let me use the iPhone. I'm waiting. I want to be sure. Okay. Okay. I want to be sure. Just bring it. Hold on. Just hold on like that. Just want to be sure we are all on the same page. Just take a snapshot. Yeah. Are we good? Talk about Michelle, you will join the class. You have not joined the original Google Classroom class. That's the problem. So when you finally join the original Google Classroom class, you will be able to submit all assignments. There are previous weeks that we've had after this live. When you reach out to me on WhatsApp, I will be able to explain to you. You will join we have a Google Classroom. So from the Google Classroom, you submit all assignments. We started this training from data processing to from data entering to data processing, then statistical analysis, descriptive analysis. Then we are dealing with ANOVA now. This is purely hypothesis testing. This is what we call statistical analysis. That's what we are dealing with. So I have to hold the cup for long so that you can find the screenshot. That's is what for attendance for today's. You are still asking. I said screenshot this page now. Screenshot me holding this cup. So I must see this cup to know that you attend this class. Whether you are watching it later or not, and you want to show proof that you have watched this video to get your mark, 2 marks for today. Screenshot me holding this cup, and you'll be good to go. All right. So we cannot go on. Abolade, we can't find. Okay, Abolade has done that anyway. So the assignment will be immediately after the class. I will update the assignment so that we can start submitting for the assignment. Okay. So we have the data set here, hour of study and exam score. You know the concept of regression analysis now. There are certain factors you have to check. You have to check whether there is a relationship between the independent variables or not, that and the dependent variables. So that's what we want to do here now. We want to check whether there is a relationship between the hours someone used to sleep and his exam score. You come to analyze, very simple. You come to correlate, come to bivariate. You put the two of them here. Simple. Pick option. If you want the mean and standard deviation, it's not compulsory, and that's all. You can create confidence interval, but it's not necessary here. We are dealing with Pearson. If you are dealing with Spearman rank, you know Spearman rank is non-parametric test. That will be another time webinar. There is a test for non-parametric. We have different Wico-Watson. From should remember some of those things. Wico-Watson, she may not even remember. And that we have quite a number of them that are non-parametric tests. But here what we are doing is parametric tests. So we only pick Pearson chi-square. Pearson chi-square. So and that's a flag significance correlation. That is the one that significant flag them. It's that simple. And we have our results. Simple as A and A. So there is a high correlation because the closer it is to 1, the stronger it is. So this correlation is a strong correlation. This is 89% relationship. This less than 0.01 means is significant. Sometimes the relationship can be low or significant. Sometimes it can be high but not significant. But chances that their relationship will be high and it was that is low. So in this context, there is a significant relationship between the hours you sleep and the exam score. So that's what we are trying to find out here. So there is a significant relationship. Please. All right, let me be sure you understand what I just taught here. That's how to do PSC correlation. No editing, no stress, and that's how to conclude. You use this. This is your R. This is your R. You remember that R now? This is your R, and this is showing 89% relationship between hours of sleep and exam score. Now, if I want to check if the if I want to check if correlation, now if I want to do regression model, I want to check whether hours of study has effect on exam score. You see that hours of study, I want to check whether it has effect. So there's a difference between checking relationship. Relationship is maybe they are moving together or they are not moving together. You don't want to care whether one is the one affecting the other. But when you are dealing with a regression model, you understand now. Thank you very much. Toba Abamishe. I'm just even saying that clearly. I was saying sleep is hours of study. So now I want to check whether the hour of study have effect on the exam score. So that's a regression model. And I want to check the level of effect. So I'll come to analyze, and I'll come to regression. I will pick linear. It's that simple. Now, I want to know how study. So how study is independent, starting on its own. Then exam score is the one depending on how I study. Do we get that? The hours I study, I want to know its impact, its effect on the exam score. So I can come to statistics here and pick estimate, pick Jobbing Watson, pick some of the things I feel I want. But in this context, I will not pick much stuffs. I'll not pick much stuffs. Okay, so we can check collinearity diagnostic too if you are interested. We can even check, we can check partial correlation. You know why? Because partial correlation begins when you have three variables or more. So we can check R square change or what have you. You can decide to plot also. I decide to plot dependent here. I hardly plot anyway. I hardly plot. I don't use this plot in the actual sense. So I can pick histogram. I'm just trying to I pick all of them. I'm just picking all results. Normally I don't do this, but so that you can know that you can generate as many results as possible. Let's check other options. Okay, there's nothing much here. So let's say okay. So we have our regression results ready. So we requested for the mean and standard deviation. We requested for the Pearson correlation again. You see now that is giving us the same thing under regression. That's why I told you normally you don't stress yourself. You don't stress yourself. Now this is the you remember that the other time that we got here. See that it's coming back here. You see it now. So you don't even bother to run correlation analysis because it will come inbuilt with regression. I'm going somewhere. Now, you see ANOVA coming in here. What does ANOVA do? ANOVA help it check whether it is significant or not. So it means that the impact of broader sleeping, hours of study is significant on exam score. That is, the hours you use to study is very significant on your exam score. But beyond that is the model we are trying to build. We have confirmed that hours of study have impact, a significant effect on the exam score, that is performance. But one thing is very important here, it is this place. This is how to now build a model. You're not trying to build a model here. So you know the concept of the model. Okay, let me see if I can do something here. Let me see if I can do something here. Let me see if I can do something here. Coming. Okay, good. I just want to do something so that you can see carefully. So normally the way it works is beta y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1x. Beta naught plus beta 1x. Please pay attention that what I'm currently doing is called simple linear regression model. Simple linear regression model. The moment it is two independent variables or more, it becomes multiple linear regression model. That's what we are dealing with today. So we have the beta naught x1. That's all. So if you want to bring this one into play now, so what's now your y now remains is now equal to our beta naught is now 45.97. Is that 979 plus 2.634x. That's what we are trying to do. So we have been able to build this model like this. Now with this model that we have built, what's this one? Who wrote this one? I'm not the one that wrote this one. Don't embarrass me now. That's not right. Where is this in the F? So please, you know we are just using something. So you understand what I'm trying to do anyway. So now, don't mind this, brother. This one XY. So why here to know so you can predict somebody's performance the moment you know the hours that he sleep. So that's what we are just trying to say. So we are saying that, okay, if someone sleep for 5 hours, let's assume someone study for 5 hours, that would not be 5 multiplied by 2.6. So I would have given you something like that would have given you like 11 or 11 point something. That would have given you 11 point something plus 45. So that's when you'll be able to tell me, oh, this person can have this score. That's the concept of regression model. I don't know if you understand what I explained here. So you have built a model that you cannot predict on. You now have a model and equation that if somebody score 85 now, from that 85 I can say, okay, this person must have read for this particular hours, he must have studied for this particular hours. Please let me know if you understand what I just explained here before we move on. I'm waiting. I want to. Okay, am I sure I'm still online? Are we still online? Because I can't see your response, please. Okay, thank you, Abolade. So this is an example of a regression model. This is X, this is Y. Oh, good. So no need to stress myself on that. So that's just the concept. I don't know whether the other data set I have is for multiple linear regression, but the same concept, nothing serious. Same concept, control N, nothing serious. The same concept. I'm not sure, but I just want to check if it's multiple. I will appreciate. No, very good. This one is multiple regression, so it will help us. So let's do multiple regression. Before we go ahead with multiple regression, you firstly check the correlation. But in this case, okay, we have post-test, pre-test, study hour, attendance, sleeping hours. Okay, which of these will not be our dependent variable? This is like a score for post-test. This is like a score for pre-test. This study hour, this is attendance, this is sleeping hour. So these three are like, yes, these three variables are like the independent variables contributing to. I don't want to believe pre-test is part of the post-test because they are following almost the same concept as you can see. So let's just do it this way: analyze, correlate, bivariate, I'll reset. So I'll pick these three brothers. I'll bring them here. I want to check their correlation. Okay. Now this uh attendance and study hour is minus 0.078. Study hour and so they are not strongly related, so we can use them now because the moment they are highly correlated, you can no longer use them. They have created what we call multicollinearity problem, and that's what I study for my PhD. I study the problem of multicollinearity. When there is a multicollinearity problem, whether you can still go ahead and use it or not. Joanna, you finally joined us today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so now let's say analyze. I want to do multiple linear regression now. Multiple linear regression. So let's work with post test. So we'll bring these three brethren, we'll bring them to the independent variable. It is that simple and you run okay. You don't have to, okay, let me reset first. So post test come here, then these three brethren, they come here. Now there is a relationship across them, so it's fine. You see that it's coming down now, the R square. That's what we use to check whether the three independent variables have the capacity, whether they have the right to determine the independent variable. Overall, they are effective, they have impact. The three of them put together, they have impact on the post test. The three of them put together have impact on the post test. Please follow me here because I'm already rushing and wrapping up for today. We now begin to check them one by one. This is the impact. This is beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. Excuse me. Then you now come here and check whether individually whether they have impact. This one has impact. This one is also less than 0.05. So it has impact. And this one. So the three of them have impact. And we cannot build a model on a post test with the three of them. This will become, this 19.906 will be your beta naught, while 1.678 will be your beta 1 times study hour. 0.159 will be your beta 2 multiplied by attendance, and 2.112 multiplied by sleep hours will be your beta 3. So you cannot have an equation and say, okay, if somebody study for this hour, attend classes for this hour, and sleep for this hour, then this person can successfully have this particular score. That's the concept of regression model. So when you're trying to check causational relationship, you are trying to check the weight of the effect, then you use regression analysis. Because even if it is categorical, yes, you will use what we call logistic regression analysis. Let me know if you have any question before we call it a day. I have a few information to pass across to us. I have a few information to pass across to us. So please let me know if you have any question now, so that we can do one more time. If you are just joining us, the attendance, you can just watch towards the back so that you can check where I said that, where I held my cup and I ask you to do a screenshot and attach as a proof of attendance. Please, if you have any question, if you have any concern, if you need anything for me to clarify, please let me know. If you have not joined our, let me see if I can even make it easier here. If I can get it from here, I think that may be better. Come in. That may be better. So for those that are just joining us, that would like to join the community, that's our WhatsApp community, you can join there. If you'd like to reach out to me directly, this is the link. So from there, we can always reach out. We'll give you the link to the ongoing classroom, Google Classroom that we are using. You join the classroom, you'll see all stuff that we have done ahead, then you'll be able to be part of it. That's my direct phone number. You can reach out via any of these. Okay. Any question? Do you have anybody with any question? And for those of you that are just joining us, you can follow that link to join our WhatsApp group. You will see the link to join the Google Classroom. You still have like 2 weeks to be part of it. Now, please, I have opened all assignments and attendance. All you need to do is watch previous videos, get what we request for the assignment, and the moment you have that, you just attach so that you can submit all assignments, and all attendance will close on the 28th of September. On the 28th of this month, we'll be having our webinar. That one is free, and the webinar will be on the webinar is hypothesis testing, and we'll be using R as the software. So if you have not used R before, that may be your privilege to be introduced to R. That may be a privilege to be introduced to R, but it won't be a thorough. The concept of that training is not really about R actually. The concept of that training is to explain the hypothesis testing. So when we are done with hypothesis testing, we want to do t-test, we use R software. We want to do regression, we use, so the other time we do ANOVA, just use R as the tool for the day. That's the plan. That's on the 28th. So we'll share the link to register. If you do not register, you won't be part of it, because it's only, we are not going to use YouTube. We are going to be we are planning to use either Twitter or use Google Meet. We are not using YouTube for that one. So please try to register once you see the link, because our Google Meet will not be able to take more than 100 people at once, and you really need to one of the reasons for those of us that are finding chi-square experimental ANOVA difficult, because ANOVA is not only one way. I only taught one way today. For those of us that are finding those ones difficult, it is in that class that we will really look at it in detail. We'll look at it in detail in that particular class. So please, let's pay attention to this. Do everything. Yes, the next cohort, we focus on Excel. However, I will do one or two introduction to Power BI for the next cohort, which will be October to November. I will do introduction to Power BI. So when we now want to do November, December cohort, that one will now be Power BI fully. Then next year we will do Python. Who knows? Okay, if we do Excel next cohort, we may look into Python or R, depending on what people will choose. Yes. So when we ask people to choose software, just get friends to join the community so that they can influence the decision. So that if you and your friends are in the same community, you can influence our decision and we'll teach anything we want, we will be able to give to us. All right. Now, I must say that completing this training, there is a particular textbook, software, a certificate, and a complete data set that will be issued alongside your certificate when we are done, and everything will be shared next week with us. And I must let you know, by that next week we will know how we get it, but you must complete your assignment before you must complete your project before you can be issued the certificate. That will be the incentive, because before you can issue the certificate, anything called data analysis you want to do with SPSS is captured step by step in that textbook, and you also have the data set to practice it. When the same data set you are seeing in the textbook, you have it. So as they are clicking A, they discover this, you click A, you discover it, and that will make it very easy for you. Is there any other question? If you have further question, let me know in general class. So on our group, I'm going to be sending in what it will take you. It will take you just a token to get the certificate and the data set and the textbook. Just a token, just to be able to finance the logistics incurred in taking care of this. Then, and even if you may know it, for people that are in Nigeria, it's just going to be 20,000 naira to get the certificate and to get the data set and the textbook that you'll be needing to go advance and understand all of these things. APA report is just one way. So just 20,000 naira will be for the certificate. Our certificate we are a registered company. The certificate will be issued to you by Data Bridge Africa Institute. So it's a standard registered firm, and it's well recognized. For people outside Nigeria, it will be 15 USDT. So if you are paying via Bitcoin, you just pay $15, and that will be all. So thank you very much for joining. That's for people who want the certificate. If it's about the money, we would have collected the money first before. So you see that the training is open. But if you want a certificate,
because we are running at some cost. If you want a certificate, if you want the textbook that is complete, advanced A to Z, click and go, and the data set that comes with it, one after the other, those are the things that comes alongside with the certificate. And I also promise you a minimum of 2 months mentorship if you need me to help you or assist you in one thing or the other. If that's not too much, let me know if you appreciate that to have a certificate. All right. If there's any other question, please let me know before we call it a day. I don't like going beyond the required time. Let me know if there's any question, please. Anybody? Any concerns? I'll wait for that a few minutes before I call it a day. Are we still online? Can people still hear me? I'm not sure people can hear me again. No. Okay, let me put it in form of text there. Okay, no, we always put that in our general group. You have a general group. So you have a detailed information about what it will take. Okay, are we still online? Do we still have people? Can you hear me? I'm not sure people can hear me. Nobody's talking again. No. Okay. Yes, absolutely. The certificate, the textbook, that's soft copy, and the data set. Yes, that's what it is. Adedayo Folorunsho. The certificate is what you can use. I can assure you that you can add it to your week. We can't give you the certificate free of charge anyway at the end of the day. But if you are not interested, it's not a must. But if you want to support what we are doing, then that can also be a way to support what we are doing. We run most of these things at a particular cost or the other. Olayiwola Felicia. All right, thank you for joining. And I hope you understand the stuff. We'll send in the details for people that want the certificate. We'll send in the details ahead so that we can start preparing their certificate immediately. We finish the training. The training comes to an end next week. Next week, that's when we'll be heading this cohort. I hope you have gained something. I hope it's worth it. Adeleke Simeon Idowu, Abolade Olushola, Yusuf Abdul Bakil, Mr. Shizil, Tobaba Mishe, Mr. Tobaba Mishe. Not sure whether it's a male or female. I hope that is visible for us. Okay. If there is no more comment, I want to believe is a good time for us to call it a day. Thank you for joining. Absolutely, we'll do that there. We'll communicate properly to everybody regarding the account details and all other. Okay, Mr. Tobaba Mishe, thank you for joining. Thank you. See you next week, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Nigerian time. That's 7 p.m. Nigerian time. West African time. And for those people that are joining us for the first time, reach out to me so that I can send you the link to join the classroom and partake in all the process. It's not too late at all to still join us. It's not too late. It's all about you just following up with the previous videos, submitting assignments. If you join our Google Classroom, you have access to all the data sets and the assignment briefing, and you'll be able to answer to them all. Thank you for joining us. See you in classroom. Expect your assignment latest by tomorrow morning. Expect it, and let's call it a day now. Thank you for joining. Bye bye. See you next week Saturday. Bye.